All right, guys. So just a quick little update video. It's actually my wife and I's anniversary today, so I didn't want to take a full-length video, but I did some work to the truck, so we're going to give you guys an update on that. So I got the motor pulled, and it is even worse than I expected. This is what you get when you buy motors off Facebook Marketplace and take people at their word nowadays. Can't trust anybody, damn it. So as you can see, these lifters are just demolished. There was one that was, oh yeah, here you go. Oh yeah, it's pretty rough. So, all right, so they got demolished. There is metal everywhere, and by everywhere, I mean everywhere. I just popped off this main cap, and there was metal inside the main cap. There's just piles of metal in there. There's literally piles of metal in these heads. You can see down in these little caps in here. So I got to take these heads to the shop. I got to pressure wash these heads. I found one broken motor mount over here. This one here is going to have to be cleaned up as well. And then we got, this is the really interesting part here. This is the oil pump drive. And if any of you guys know anything about the old Fords, you know that this piece here is supposed to come out pretty easy, and it's supposed to spin. Well, of course, it's doing neither one of those. Let's see if I can pop it out of there real quick. I took it apart to see if maybe it was savable, but it's not. I've got another one at the shop I can use, so this is not a super big deal. Let's see that one. So you can see all the scrapes around the outside of this guy here. Oh yeah. Yep. So that's completely unusable. Let's see if I can. Seems like the more times I take that thing apart and put it back together again, the easier it gets. But so this is what the engine bay looks like. We've all seen an engine bay without an engine in it. There's that. And you guys will finally get to see the garage here. This is, oh, I still got YouTube going. Hold on. Yes, I watch YouTube. Hold that. Junkyard Digs, good channel. Anyways, what did I come in here to show you guys? Gonna have to edit this shit out. So here's the motor. I've just got the intake sitting up there because I didn't know where else to put it. Got some cheap little pistons in there. It'll do everything I needed it to do. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's a mess. If I ever get around to cutting that oil filter open, I'll show you guys what it looks like in there. But I mean, we all know what it's going to look like in there, so I may not ever even waste the time. So all right, that'll be it. All right, guys, so I'm here at the shop. This is actually where I work. So spin this thing around and show you. This is where I work. I'm a heavy equipment mechanic. This is all the stuff. I'm kind of stripping all the paint off of this one here. It got painted up on a rent recently. So I just wanted to give you guys another update. This is the oil pump I referenced in my last video that I could use. I have not taken it apart. I actually found another one that was at the house. This one turns a little easier, but that one's full of, the one at the house is full of, you know, that super thick assembly lubricant. So I think I might clean this one up later and just have it, you know, as a spare, but I may just leave it alone. That gasket is reusable. So you saw the oil pan before. This is what it looks like now. It's significantly cleaner. I went ahead and cleaned off these rails. I got to get some emery cloth or some 3M pads in here to clean that up, but it is way better than it was. Still not perfect, but we'll get it there. And then here are the heads. Got the heads cleaned up. Got all the gasket surfaces cleaned up. You can see I even cleaned out the combustion chambers a little bit. There's some staining from the other head gaskets, but they'll do what I need them to. The amount of metal I got out of the valve springs and the pocket in here where all this oil runs was absolutely egregious. But all these little rollers, they still spin good. There's no roughness, there's no rough spots. So no flat spots on anything. Everything still looks good. The wear pattern on the end of the valve stems looks good. So those are definitely still usable. I'll be taking those things home tonight. I'm actually currently waiting on a guy to get here to buy the this intake here. This guy here. So he's coming from Guin, Alabama, Guin, and he'll be here shortly to pick up this intake, and that'll help drum up some funds for this project here. I found a severed motor mount on the passenger side, I believe it was, and also decided to go ahead and get some new head bolts. So yeah, that's what we got. Just wanted to give you a quick little update while I was here waiting on that guy. And so yeah, so y'all just stay tuned. I mean, there's like nobody watching these videos, but you know, hey, stay tuned, whoever you are. So yeah, appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.